Welcome to Digital Asset News, or Dan for short. My name is Rob, and today I wish I had better news, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. So first thing we have to go over is that Blokfi just recently announced that they are bankrupt, and they have entered into Chapter 11. What does that mean for you and me? Well, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time, you knew that this was not the bottom. I think we got more pain to go, unfortunately. But relax, it's all how you look at it, and it's all what you do with it. Also, we're going to take a look at some other news. Binance is moving funds for proof of reserves. And just a couple of things that CZ said that just give me a little bit of an off stance for what's going on. Also, ETH whales are dumping on Binance. Kevin O'Leary talks FTX as he was a spokesperson for it. And also, Line's crypto exchange shuts down, and they do it in the right way. Also, I need you guys to keep your head up and plan now, because today and the weeks and months that are coming up is what separates us from them, as I call it. And lastly, yesterday's video. Was my thumbnail and title of yesterday's clickbait? Yes. And we'll go over that. And last, we'll just do a little Q&A. So the first things first is Blokfi is bankrupt. And of course, I mean, when we talked about this months and months ago, when everything happened with Celsius and Voyager, of course, we did the videos on them. Wasn't fast enough, unfortunately. Celsius with the video was within 20. It was within 9 hours before it shut down. Voyager, at least we figured out 2 weeks beforehand. People got most of their funds out of it. It was great. And then, of course, we did the rules. And the rules were very simple. The rules we put up, it's all gone. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Everything is scam until proven otherwise. Don't leave anything on exchanges. Don't use leverage. Take profits. And for that, we've been pretty consistent on this channel that we said that the bottom was not in June. We were going to see some more contagion, some more problems. And now here we are. And this shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Genesis is also looking at the crypto lending platform, is also looking at bankruptcy. They've already hired Moelis and Ellis, I think. Moelis and Ellis, bankruptcy firm. And now Blokfi comes out and says, look, we don't have the money. So just real quick, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but here we go. So this is what we have as far as the breaking news, about 30 seconds or so from Bloomberg. So just take a listen.
Bit of breaking news out of New Jersey. Blokfi and 8 of its affiliates have commenced voluntary cases under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code in the Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey. The company will now focus on recovering all of its obligations to Blokfi by its counterparties. Now, this, of course, includes FTX, quite intertwined. We'll get more details on how this story is going to develop. Blokfi International filing in Bermuda for joint liquidators. That's the latest. This is Bloomberg.
Blokfi in Bermuda, just like FTX. So, yeah, if you had any funds on Blokfi, I don't know what to tell you. You shouldn't have had anything on any exchanges. It just didn't make any sense to me. But if you did, I'm sorry. Now you can learn and move forward. It's just how it goes. And then just to corroborate that story, got a little email this morning. Well, actually, about an hour ago. Dear Robbie, Blokfi today voluntarily filed petitions for Chapter 11 reorganization. You'll be able to find the official announcement here. We know it doesn't matter. This action follows the shocking events surrounding FTX and associated corporate entities and the difficult but necessary decision we made as a result to pause most activities on our platform. Since the pause, our team has explored every strategic option and alternative available to us and has remained laser focused on our primary objective of doing the best we can for our clients. These Chapter 11 cases will enable Blokfi to stabilize and blah, blah, blah. It gets boring after that. It was already boring in the beginning. But on top of that, this is friend of the show, Aaron Bennett. If you don't follow him, he's a great one to follow as far as YouTube and Twitter. Interesting gentleman. And he says, and don't forget, FTX is the second largest creditor with a $275 million claim against Blokfi. So again, if you had any money in Blokfi and you think they're going to get it back from the creditors, well, $275 million is against FTX. So I don't think that's really going to happen. So that's what's going on. And again, if you had funds on Blokfi, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. It was written in the stars. Not really. It was the most obvious thing you could one of the most obvious things you could possibly see. It's okay. Good news on the horizon. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I'll do a Q&A after that. Also, this is interesting. It doesn't concern me what's going on. It's concerning the language that CZ is using. Very concerning. So first of all, Binance is moving funds for proof of reserves. And if you don't remember, proof of reserves, this was what CZ came out and Binance to say, look, we need to self-police us, our different exchanges. We need to show proof of reserves. And I thought it was a good idea at first, but then if you think about it, well, if you have proof of reserves to show you what the reserves are in each cryptocurrency and each crypto centralized exchange, that's great if you have $1 billion worth of crypto. But what if you loaned out $2 billion? Well, that's not going to show you in proof of reserves. If you're taking loans out or lending out money, that's called proof of liabilities. And you need both. And Kraken came out and said the exact same thing. So here we are, another wrinkle. Let me know what you think, because it's just, this part gets interesting. Binance CEO explains that 127,000 Bitcoin transfer, not $127,000, 127,000 Bitcoin transfer points to proof of reserve audit. So a few weeks ago, CZ declared that it's bad news when exchanges move large amounts of crypto to prove their wallet address. And when you get into this article, you understand that I don't think it's that big of a thing at first, but just pay attention to the end. So Binance sent 127,359 Bitcoin, which is worth more than $2 billion, to an unknown wallet on November 28th. This is a report by Whale Alert. According to on-chain data, the transaction occurred at 10 a.m. UTC, costing Binance a fee of just 42 cents, which is pretty amazing. If you think about it, $2 billion was moved. It only cost you 42 cents. Try that with a bank. Not going to happen. CZ subsequently took to Twitter to announce that the massive transaction was part of Binance's proof of reserves audit process. Okay, things are looking good. The auditor requires us, Binance, to send a specific amount to ourselves to show that we control the wallet. That makes a lot of sense. Just like when you're trying to verify a bank account, like on PayPal, they'll send you like two transactions, 20 cents and 32 cents. And then you verify that and you're like, okay, you have control of this. That's great. It's a little bit more here, but you get the drift. And the rest goes to a change address, which is a new address. In this case, the input transaction is big, and so is the change. So to me, I'm like, okay, makes sense. The auditor wants them to show that you actually have control of that wallet, which you should have anyhow. But in response to growing concerns in the replies, the Binance CEO posted one more tweet, arguing that investors who believed FUD all the time are also likely to be poor. And he states, I know it's hard. You thought a fraudster is legit, Sam Bankman. You probably are already poor. But if you believe FUD all the time, you will also likely to be poor. Life is not easy. I agree in the last part, but the part in the middle reminds me of somebody else. Who was it? Oh, yeah, it was Do Kwon, where he had the same thing. And I'm not saying that CZ Binance is Do Kwon. That's ridiculous. However, then a lot of revelations come out. And Do Kwon would say stuff like this. He's still poor. I don't liquidate the poor. I don't gamble against the poor. Pretty sure he's poor. Statistics community is bought by Luna. What I said was have fun staying poor. I guess that's similar. Just concerning to me around the language. Let me know what you think about this, the process of moving things as far as proof of reserves, having control of the wallet. That's the first part. The second part will be the language of what's going on. And then also to further complicate things, ETH whales, Kevin O'Leary, and another crypto exchange goes down. So, real quick, Ether drops as whales move 73,000 ETH to Binance. Look, usually when this gets done, it means that people are going to sell. When they move it from a cold storage or another wallet to an exchange, usually, not all the time. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm just saying that it's just interesting around this time that everything is dropping. And of course, the thing that we talked about yesterday, the hash ribbons indicator, as a 30-day moves across a 60-day moving average. And this is all about Bitcoin mining. Watch the video yesterday. But again, this is what happened. So investors typically transfer coins essentially. We know that. According to Look on Chain, the address that moved over 73,000 to Bitcoin was the one that pulled out 84,000 ETH from the decentralized exchange's Curve's staked Ether liquidity pool last week. So if you're not staking it and then you put it back in the exchange, you might probably sell it. Maybe. The price of liquid staking protocol Lido staked Ether token fell to 97, almost 0.97 ETH after the whale drew over 84,000 ETH. So I'm not sure what the price is today. I'm just going to guess that everything's down across the board. And that's just another reason. Also, remember we talked about as far as with BlockFi saying, we're going to try to get the funds back. And, unfortunately, FTX is one of our large creditors. Check this out. Kevin O'Leary, a FTX spokesperson, came out and said specifically this. He said, look, I spent the weekend on calls trying to sort through rumors surrounding founder SBF and determine how much of his money could be recovered. And this is what he said. I'm writing it all down to zero. I'm writing that all down to zero, meaning I don't think it's going to happen. It's not clear what can be recovered. There's a lot of allegations flying around, but frankly, I've seen this move before. It's a difficult situation. There's no question there'll be a mountain of litigation. I have to agree with him. In his view, unregulated exchanges aren't safe, regardless of their size. So he's turning to crypto exchange WonderFi, shocker, his own crypto exchange, which is regulated by the Ontario. I always read say that wrong. Make fun of me in the comments section. I'm an American. What are you going to do? Securities exchange. We have confidence that the regulatory environment in Canada scrutinizes accounts that can't be commingled. That's the key word there, commingled. I can't find another place on earth right now safer than Canada. Oh, Canada. And I have to agree here as far as like regulation. I think we need more. I shouldn't say more. That's not the right to say. I just think that we should have the ability to figure out which ones of these exchanges are commingling our funds, which is what Voyager did. It's what Celsius did. It's what FTX did. Looks like all different exchanges are doing. And of course, now we have, if this was happening with other exchange, I don't know. So I think if we can just say, look, if you're going to go down, take yourself out as far as a business. Just don't commingle our funds. We just want you to do a simple thing. We're going to pay you to exchange the crypto for something. We're going to pay in dollars. We want some Bitcoin. We'll give you 0.2% or 1.5% or whatever else it is. Doesn't really matter. That's all you got to do. It's very simple. And just don't commingle our funds. So if you go down, you guys go down. Let me keep my funds and stop screwing around. Unfortunately, in the terms and conditions, we let them do that because we were lazy. And that's what it comes down to. So let me just think about that in the comments section. Again, this is why we did the rules. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. No scams. We've had these rules up for 4 or 5 months now. Don't use exchanges. Don't use leverage. Take profits along the way. I can't say it more simple than that. And thank you for the ones, and the majority of you have listened. So thank you. That's it. Also, to finish up, Line, which is a big app, Asian countries, crypto exchange Bitfront announces closure to suspend trading by 2023. And this is how you do it, folks. Line's crypto exchange based in the US, Bitfront, has announced closure on Monday to shift its focus to developing Line's blockchain ecosystem. Great. Bitfront suspended new signups and credit card payments on Monday. Trading will be halted. Customers can make withdrawals until March 31st, 2023. Remember when that happened? Like when, exchanges would go down or something would happen, or like businesses go down, like, hey, we didn't make it, we're bankrupt, but your funds, just take them out. And that's it. Great. I applaud these people for doing this the right way. I mean, it didn't really work out the business wise, but at least they didn't commingle things and off they go. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now let's get to it. Okay. I know that I get the reputation on this channel as bearish, but it's just the truth. It's just the things that have been going on. Like I can't tell you that, I just took a bite of this pineapple pizza and it tastes fantastic. That's a lie. It's the same thing here with the bear sentiment and the bear situation that we're in. We have to deal with the reality and the brevity of our situation. And this is why I try to be as honest as I possibly can. So it's going to suck for a while. This year is going to go down in flames. Just be honest. Next year is going to be sideways action, hopefully a little rebuilding. Next year or the year after that, 2024, we're going to have a Bitcoin halving. And hopefully after that, we can start to recover and do some things and actually make a little bit of a run of it. There's bear market rallies everywhere to happen. I don't know how many they're going to happen, but again, I don't see really good things. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. So far, it's played out the way I kind of saw things going. However, this is where you have to decide what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. Not your dad, not a financial advisor. This is what I'm doing. I'm planning right now for the next bull run to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I got a plan in place. So there was a question yesterday. which was, "Hi, Dan. I remember you creating an Excel sheet for altcoins for the 2021 bull cycle. Is this the bear market and right time for buying? Can you please prepare similar Excel sheets with coins that you're buying for the next bull rally and their expected target selling prices? Can you please make a video?" Doing it right now, my man, my super portfolio. And let me just preface it with this. Oh, first of all, I probably should have shown you the image. Sorry. I have to preface it with this. What I'm going to talk to you about right now is planning for 2, 3, 4 years in the future. That is what separates the tourists from the veterans. To make the play right now when things are just a little crazy and you can have some sanity in the world and go, okay, things are falling apart. Let's make a plan for the next one. That's it. That's all I got to do. So just so you know, what Super Portfolio was talking about was there's a link in the description of all my videos. It says strategies, and you can see 5% degen plays, all the crypto exits, which are old. You can click on that. And then, of course, the 2024, 2025 exit strategy, which I think is going to happen. And it'll link you to this section in my website, which has real essentially this video, which is okay. Nothing to write home about. And this video, which I think is pretty good. So real quick, what they were talking about is my old strategy was this. And I have to tell you, I have to be honest, it actually worked some ways. If I would have stuck to it, it would have worked a lot better, but I got greedy. And I think we know that. I didn't sell as much as I should have. And that's on me. So I'm gonna fix that this time. So I just thought that if Ethereum would go to 10,000, it wouldn't. But since I dollar cost averaged in, I dollar cost averaged out. And on different levels, different price points, I would sell. And I did. Chainlink, I thought that Chainlink would go to $35. And in actuality, it went to $50. So this one played out pretty well. Unfortunately, I didn't sell everything. I did these price points because it was just a prediction. I didn't really know. And it worked out pretty well. A crappy plan is better than no plan at all, quite honestly. Bitcoin, I thought I'd go to 150,000. That didn't happen, but I got to sell some. EOS, Beardy, I sold that. Thank God. I mean, not all of it, unfortunately. I'm still holding on. Cardano, I thought it would go to $3, and it did. Well, it went to 297. So that one's probably my best play. And Theta, I was wrong on that one. I thought it would go to 10 and went to 14. But don't make it out like, oh, he's a genius. No, I just got lucky. So on this one's, that is those plans. The plan now is to use some data-driven focus. And it's very simple. I use a couple different indicators: Pi cycle top, NUPL, time and risk, which is the one at Ben's website, and cycle bottoms. I'm also using MVRV to your MA, pull multiple, reserve risk, and also the hash ribbons. And there's a point in everything where it becomes overheated. Actually, let's see if I have an overheated one. No. Yeah, like the NUPL. When things start to get overheated in this orangey range or reddish range, that's when I start to ladder out. I will not be caught short again. I refuse to. And this is the time to make those plans to when it does happen 2, 3, 5 years from now, maybe a year and a half, I have no idea, that you're ready to strike. It's not so much about focusing on the things that you can't change. It's focusing on the things that you can change and making a plan to move forward. And that's what I'm trying to do, my friends. And that's it. So let me just think about that in the comments. You can watch those videos to determine if it's something that you would implement into your strategy, because you can't just copy me. And that's it. And then also, to finish this up, this is me trying to shore up my shortcomings. I don't think that's how I said it, but so I did a video yesterday and I talked about dollar cost average, and I said time to stop DCAing ? And the title, because during the live Q&A, people were like, why is this such a clickbait title? And I thought, well, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm wrong. So I put out a poll and I asked people in the Q&A, most people said, no, it's not. But I got to remember that, you guys have been here for a long time, so maybe you see it differently. Maybe we're all jaded. Maybe we're in a bubble, an echo bubble. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just ask everybody. And I said, was yesterday's video title, and the video title was no more crypto DCA, dollar cost average ? Is that a clickbait title? Did the content and the title match after watching it? And 50% said it was clickbait. So I'm like, I must not made it clear enough. And then you have to understand, I can't just lean on, some people go, no, Rob, it's good. You're good, baby. You're good. No. It's not how it works. So if I leave somebody behind, I leave everybody behind. And then of course, some people said, nope, it was match. And then what's clickbait? And that's with 360 votes. And then I also did the same thing on YouTube. You can do votes as well, almost 500 votes. And a lot of people said it's clickbait. And interestingly enough, people said, I didn't watch it, but I know it's clickbait. And that's the thing. I think it really comes down to defining what clickbait is, which is that just a snappy title that people want to click on? Or is it like the information totally doesn't match what you're talking about in the video? So I said, well, maybe it's not clear enough. So I went and I changed it, and I kept the thumbnail. I don't think that was an issue. And now I titled it Thoughts on Stopping DCA, Dollar Cost Average of Crypto. And I can't make it, that's not clickbait. That's as clear as I could possibly get it. But you can never please everybody. If you try to please everybody, you're going to be in a world of hurt. However, when numerous people come forward and say something, I'm like, maybe I should pay attention. And that's it. So look, that's it for today. And sorry I couldn't give you the best news, but it's the reality. And the reality is okay, because now we know how to deal with things moving forward. We change the things we can change and move forward, and don't worry about things we can't. But that's it. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. We talk about these things every single day, and then you get to ask me questions, and we have a great time. I mean, not every day, but that's it. So thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. You got to take off. Now, let's get to my favorite part, the Q&A of the day. But get out of here if you got to get out of here. Let me stop this banner. Okay. I smoked all my crypto.